Hey everybody, what's going on? Uncle Gary here. In this video we're going to cover off how does lending at a bank work. When you want to lend money, whether you're a business or you're in some kind of financial situation we're going to be lending money, I'm going to focus primarily on the how does business lending actually work. I'm going to keep it somewhat like high level so that this is understandable, but that's what this video is going to be about, is how to easily and rapidly understand what a lending situation would look like at a bank. Most people never really get inside a bank to find out what are they actually doing in there when they decide if they're going to lend me a business money or lend me money to start a business, etc., etc. So with that, I'm going to start us off with what I call the 5 C's of lending, and I'll explain each of them one by one. So the first one is C for capacity. This is what is your capacity for how much money you can lend. How much money is there available from the bank side? How much capacity do they have, and how much capacity you have to take on that debt? What kind of debt load could you take on? The second one is C, is capital. So how much capital are you actually asking for? It's different from your capacity for it or the bank's capacity to lend, how much money they've got available to lend you. The amount of capital is actually quite an important conversation. How much do you need, or how much are you asking for? So that's the second C. The third C is C for collateral, and this is what you're securing the loan with, or how is the lending institution making sure that you're going to be able to pay this loan back. So what the collateral is really important. The nature of it, how liquid it is, what the structure of that collateral is going to be for this obligation you're about to take on. The fourth C is then conditions, and those are what are the conditions that the bank is going to place on this loan, and what kind of things are they going to ask you, what covenants are you going to have to fulfill upon, and so on. So the conditions, or the conditions of your business, but generally speaking there's usually a range of conditions that apply when a loan is being issued. That is important to understand. They'll look at the conditions of your business, they list the conditions of economically, and generally speaking the conditions applied to the loan itself and as well outside of the loan. And then the last C, number 5, is character. And this one's a little bit tougher because some people don't necessarily like if they're viewed negatively, and the bank will probably never tell you this to your face, but they will assess the 5th C, which is character. What is the character of the organization? What's the character of the person? Because that has a lot to do with how much and how willing they'll be to lend you money. So that's really the nut of it, the 5 C's of lending. It's quite important if you're ever going to get into a lending situation. If you've never been in a bank, or maybe you're just starting out in a bank, this might be a useful way to gain an understanding of what goes on inside the loan approval process or the loan adjudication process. The 5 C's are capacity, and then capital, and then collateral, and then conditions, and finally your character. So those are the 5 C's of lending. That should give you a really good way to think about lending, so the next time you're in or near a bank or applying for a loan, you'll be able to say, I know the 5 C's, so that you're able to effectively prepare yourself or present yourself in a way that will get you your loan, or give you the understanding to be able to be of value to the bank if you work for a bank. Thank you very much for watching. Go ahead, like and subscribe if this content is of value, or if there are people that you know that you think are starting out in their career or would be would find this information useful. Go ahead and give it a share. It's always good to pay it forward. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.